Welcome to Hari's Hobbies, the channel where we discuss the latest tech news and delve into the newest tech products. So, the GTX 1180 is going to cost $700. So is that price actually worth it, or is Nvidia just being greedy? But before we delve into that, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys would like to stay updated with the latest tech news related to gaming and PCs. The GTX 1180 has been anticipated for a very long time now, and according to the latest leak from GamerMeld, which is from an insider third-party variant card manufacturer, the GTX 1180 is actually coming very soon, as in next month on July 30th. If you guys are interested in the details of that leak, then make sure to check out my dedicated video on it. But anyways, the GTX 1180 was always expected to launch for an MSRP of $700. But now that we are closer to launch and we have more information about the performance and specs of the GTX 1180, is the GTX 1180 actually worth $700? Well, to answer that question, we first have to take a look at the expected specs of the GTX 1180. And while the specs aren't mind-blowing or anything, the GTX 1180 is definitely going to be a solid, significant upgrade over the GTX 1080. According to the latest leak from WCCF Tech, the GTX 1180 is supposed to have 3,584 CUDA cores with a base clock of 1600 MHz and a boost clock of 1800 MHz. And according to GamerMeld, the GTX 1180 will come with 8GB of memory, which will probably be GDDR6 memory, and it'll be on the 12nm process and based on the Turing architecture. Finally, it will have a TDP of 170 to 200 watts. So as you guys can see, the GTX 1180 is basically a more efficient version of the GTX 1080 Ti with higher clock speeds and some little perks like GDDR6 memory and a 12nm process. And so those little improvements on the GTX 1180 over the GTX 1080 Ti will most likely lead to about a 20 frames per second increase over the performance of the GTX 1080 Ti for the GTX 1180. So basically, you are getting better performance than the GTX 1080 Ti for the same MSRP of $700. On top of this, the GTX 1180 may come with tensor cores and ray tracing technology, which will just further enhance the performance. Also, according to GamerMeld, the GTX 1180 is supposed to support DirectX 12.5 and DirectX 13, and this may be the new API for ray tracing technology, so the performance difference between the GTX 1180 and the GTX 1080 Ti may be a lot more than just 20 frames per second. So as you guys can see, the GTX 1180 is definitely worth the price of $700 because it's going to bring a solid upgrade over the GTX 1080 Ti while costing the same amount. Something else to remember is that at launch, the GTX 1080 also costed $700, so this is not something new for Nvidia. So it is clear that the GTX 1180 is indeed worth its price of $700, but just because it is a good deal doesn't mean that it is still worth it for you. So, is the GTX 1180 worth it for you guys? Well, in my opinion, probably not, because most of you guys can't even take advantage of all the performance that the GTX 1180 will come with. If you are gaming at 1080p and just want a solid 60 frames per second at ultra detail for the next couple of years on all games, then the GTX 1160 will be the perfect card for you because it will provide a lot more performance than you need still. And on top of that, it will significantly be better than the GTX 1060 while costing the same at $250. So that's a lot cheaper than $700 while still getting really good performance. If you are looking for a graphics card for ultra-wide 1080p gaming or 1440p gaming, then the best card for you would be the GTX 1170, which will most likely just have better performance than the GTX 1080. But at the same time, it'll have the same MSRP as the GTX 1070. So, why am I telling you all this? Well, I don't want you guys to get the false impression that there is no point to wait for the GTX 1100 series anymore because the 1180 is so expensive and it is more performance than you need in the first place, because there are also a lot of budget-friendly options coming with the 1100 series which will provide you with more performance than what you are getting with the 10 series right now for the same price. So, for all of you guys, I really recommend that you guys just wait for the 1100 series because it's coming out so soon, and even if you don't want the GTX 1180. The GTX 1180 is really for people who want really good 4K performance or the best performance available on the mainstream platform. So if you're in that boat, then the GTX 1180 is perfect for you. And you can rest assured that you are not overpaying for it and that it is completely worth its price. So what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that the GTX 1180 should have been priced less in order to make it more accessible, or do you think that it is well priced and well worth it too? Make sure to comment down below what you guys think, because I do read all my comments and I'm curious as to what you guys think, so make sure to post your thoughts. Also, if you guys liked this video, then make sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you guys would like to see more videos just like this one. But until next time, bye.